me turn it down, honey, because you know YouTube ain't playing in these streets. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, TGIF. Y'all, I was going to get up and try to do a live this morning, and honey, I forgot. I'm on my way to the dentist because I'm getting the pearly whites cleaned. You know how you have your insurance and you get 2 free cleanings a year and the periodontal exam and all that good stuff. So I always go at the first part of the year, or is it the, no, it's the 6-month part of the year, and then at the end part of the year. But anyway, y'all, that's where I'm on my way. So I thought, I had to cut it. From doing the live. But anyway, look, while we're on the way to the dentist, just real quickly, I wanted to talk to y'all about, actually, I was talking about it in my video, my eating video that I did, my Subway Eat Fresh video I did last night about self-examination. Let me just say this for any and everybody, really and truly. Social media is a blessing, and it can also be a curse for people who are not ready to handle all that comes with it. I've talked before in the past, when you say yes to something, you need to count up the cost and make sure you know what you're saying yes to. And of course, you may not ever know what you're gonna jump into until you actually do it. So what? You have to go through some things. You have to have experiences. Experience is a great teacher, because it will actually propel you to learn how to make choices, better choices, the right choices, because in life you make decisions based on either what your knowledge or somebody else is pushing you to a particular knowledge, right? So once you've made choices and you can say, okay, that worked out, or it didn't work out, so I know not to go down that road again. Okay, so we all understand that. Okay. Ooh, that sun is bright this morning, honey. Why is my windows fogging up? I know it's cold out these here doors. Put my defrost on, because ain't nobody got time to be blinded by the light. But going back to what I was saying about self-examination and social media, I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of people asking me to look at their channels, look at their videos. What do I think? What do I think? And that's wonderful, and I will do that and give feedback where necessary. But let me just also say this. I know everybody wants to get on. You like with me, I was looking, I was hoping to get 50,000 subscribers on my eating channel by the end of this year. Perhaps it could still happen. I don't know. But because, or if that goal is not if it doesn't manifest, I'm just going to continue to press on until I get there. And once I get that milestone, I'll, believe God and pray for even more increase. And because I believe that that's what God is going to do. But listen to what I'm saying. Never lose sight of examining yourself. Don't ever forget that you are powerful. You are special. You have a God-given skill set of whatever that is. You have to tap into yourself and find and pull and extract, edify, condition that skill set that God has placed in you. And he give us all some type of gifts or skill set without repentance. It's just, those things are just there. You ever meet a person and they just have a knack, girl, they can slay a hairdo, they can slay makeup, they just are just great in that area. And I think what social media does, it introduces us to a lot of people who have all these different skill sets and talents that we don't even look within ourselves to cultivate our own wonderful skill sets. We can look at so many people and see their success, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. We all are inspired by somebody, with somebody, or through somebody. But don't forget self. Don't think you're so mediocre that you constantly are comparing yourself to whoever that person is, whatever that thing is, whatever that lifestyle is. You're constantly comparing. And yeah, we want to have a measure, but be your own measure. Ask God to show you. Remember what we talked about before? Commit your thoughts unto the Lord and He will establish them. He will give you, if you say, Lord, you know what? I want to be a homeowner, or whatever the case may be. I want to be a fitness instructor. I want to be a school teacher. When you commit your ways and your thoughts and you focus in that arena, let me tell you something. It will manifest and come to pass. But if you're constantly looking and comparing yourself to other people, you're measuring yourself by somebody else's success, baby, you're going to be climbing a wall and your hands and knuckles are going to be bloody. Don't ever forget to edify and promote yourself from within. Again, yes, we are encouraged by all the people that we may see on YouTube, and oh man, I want that for myself. This could be a career for me. This could be the answer to solving a financial problem. This could be an answer to me always having to, steal from Peter to pay Paul, or whatever it is. And again, I'm just talking about people who are thinking about starting a channel or doing whatever on social media. Again, examine yourself, because when you say yes to some things, baby, it don't even have to be social media. It could just be things in life. When you say yes to some things, you have to be prepared and equipped to deal with all that comes with those yeses. You really do. It could be something like, okay, you decide you're going to let somebody move into your house. They've fallen on hard times, whatever the case may be. And you might be saying yes to that person, but baby, that person is attached to a whole lot of other stuff. So now you're going to have to deal with not just saying yes to that person, but all those little tentacles and issues and all that person has. Now you got to also be able to say yes to all of that. Whether it be one of their homeboys that like to come over every week or every day, whether it be, he got a little honey dip, or he has children, or he has issues with mama, sister, brother, daddy. See, you ain't just saying yes to that person. You're saying yes to all that other stuff that is attached to that person. And same way with social media. Baby, let me tell you something. Like I said, it can be a blessing or a curse, because if you're not ready, honey, people on social media, because you got all these opinions, boop, bap, boop, boop, all these, thought processes, all these people quirks, all of their shortcomings are going to come out through those comments. It could be, you don't know who's behind the keyboard, king. It could be somebody sitting in the dungeon. It could be somebody sitting in the CEO office. You just never know. All walks of life, all different cultures, and they are coming at you with different opinions and thought processes and how you need to do this. Like, their money is funding your lifestyle, and they're dictating to you how you should act and how you should be. And if you get caught up in that and don't, again, step outside of that bubble, if you will, that world, and examine self and work on self, and don't allow so many opinions to shape you, baby, I'm telling you, this thing can chew you up and spit you out. And guess what? You'll be gone and you'll leave it alone. And guess what? They move on. And I'm talking about them people that like to do that, like to control how they gonna manipulate you to do whatever they want you to do, they'll move on to the next one. You were just one of their victims. And guess what? Once you leave and go about your business, guess what? They just move on to the next channel. And it's like that in life. Once people get finished with you, they just move on to the next. They just keep it moving. But anyway, I just came on to just say this. Be encouraged. Edify yourself. Encourage yourself. Don't downplay the God-given skill set. And guess what? Don't run away from that God-given skill set, because that may be the very thing that propels you to gain and get wealth and get an income and work and so you can eat. I'm being serious. I see so many times, and the culture of social media is somewhat changing. You know, they're getting ready to is it Instagram or Facebook? One of them. I don't quote me, but I know it's one of the major app platform. I think I want to say Instagram, where they're taking the like feature away. And we said, us on this platform, YouTube, we say it all the time. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. You know, we all say that. But for Instagram, I guess they're going to either do it as an experiment or it's going to be permanent. I'm not sure. But they're getting ready to take away that feature where you can't like. And on the plus side, it could be that good. Well, I don't know. People still can leave comments. I don't know. People have been so consumed with likes, dislike, that type of thing, that it will become something that people use that as a moral compass, and it's not really a real sense of reality. Because what happens is you got people that are consumed with, she got more likes on her video than mine. So then you try to mimic and do what that person is doing so that you can get to that level of likeness. Follow me, y'all? And that could be dangerous, because you're shaping and molding yourself based on somebody else's platform. Again, nothing wrong with being inspired. Nothing wrong with, being motivated. Oh, absolutely. And we all understand and know that, imitation is the highest form of flattery. Oh, absolutely. Heck, when Madonna and Janet Jackson, all them came out, honey, yeah, I was the first one that wanted all them black rubber bracelets that Madonna used to wear. And everybody wanted a hoop earring with a key on it. Oh, yeah, we all did that. Absolutely. And that's something that's going to always be. But I'm going deeper. I'm talking about, there are people out here, it's rough. It's rough. It's cutthroat. Everything is measured by a like. So on the plus side, at least people can now post pictures, and now they ain't got to worry about, oh, how many people are going to like this video, or like this picture, whatever it is that you're posting. So you can be free and do that without that type of, peer pressure, if you will. And then on the other hand, it's like, well, how will I know if they like what I'm doing? But like I said, people are still going to be able to leave comments, and so I guess they'll have to like it through that means. Because you got a lot of younger people. Who is hot? You got a lot of younger people that's what they're doing, any and everything that's shock value. And it will be, like I said, it will begin to tear away at people's moral fiber, because what happened is, we all know the game. People want to do things for that click, for that view. Absolutely. That's part of the game. That's just part of it. To gravitate traffic to your channel or to your platform so you can get the numbers, because those numbers play into your money. We all get it. That's just the way this machine works. But if we begin to do things that totally go against who we are morally, personally or even professionally, and everybody begins to do it, and it goes under that umbrella, well, everybody else is doing, I might as well do it. But then what is it becoming? Is it tearing away of who you are, your moral fiber? I mean, you have to really, again, go back to self-exam. That's why when you're doing stuff in life, including on this platform, you have to pull from yourself. Because so-and-so over there, they may not have a problem doing all that. But for you, you have to question yourself now. Is this something I'm willing to do? Am I going to be able to stay the course? That person's genetic body makeup may be where they can eat a particular thing all the time. Or they can say and do this all the time because that is part of their personality. And then you try to mimic that and it doesn't come off right. And then you sit back and wonder, well, why come nobody's watching my channel? Why? I'm doing the same thing. And then part of it is YouTube. It's just that analytic. Sometimes YouTube is going to push out somebody else's stuff, and your content might be just as good as theirs. You put in the editing, the animation, you do all that wonderful production, but it sometimes is YouTube doesn't push your content so that the masses could see. I mean, I look at some channels, they're awesome. They do, you know, small YouTube channels like mine, or even smaller. They do beautiful content, story time, all that stuff. But for whatever reason, the algorithm doesn't push it out so that people can view it. So it's just, you know, you're working against the computer. You really are. You're working against a computer. And that computer, you know, it just does what it does. But anyway, like I said, that thing was just on my mind because I thought, you know what, there are so many people that are so eager, and YouTube is becoming very saturated. Everybody is creating a channel, and I've said it over there on my eating channel. YouTube is making a lot of changes. They're upping the ante. You're going to have more subscribers now before your stuff is monetized. You're going to have more watched hours. So, you know, you get in where you can fit in. It's an awesome second form of income. It's an awesome second form of job for me. It really is. I love it. It's, you know, you pretty much basically pick your own hours. You set up the time that you feel like you want to record. You set your schedule. You're in control of your own content. You show as much or as little as you would like. So the awesome thing about YouTube, you're your own boss. You create your own rules. You set your own parameters. And so I love this part of YouTube. I love the job of working as a partner with YouTube. And like I said, it's a great second stream of income for me. It's a great second stream of income. And so, you know, like I said, for those of you who are really truly looking into starting a YouTube channel, I've said it before, decide what you want to do. What are you passionate about? Something that you know that you can maintain. Just like over here on this channel, it's been an outpouring, more and more outpouring. People want me to do more inspiration. So I'm going to be listening to the audience. And I'm listening to the audience, and I'm trying to do that more and incorporate that more in what I do. But like I said, there's certain things that I like. I like doing outfit of the day, getting ready with me, showing my home and the decorating and talking about family and going shopping with mama and hanging out with Mr. Silver Fox and all that kind of stuff. I love doing all of that. I take y'all with me when I do certain travels. But I've been getting the more and more people are wanting more encouraging and inspiring videos, and I'm thinking about starting that in the new year, you know, doing morning inspirations of some sort. You know, and that's why I try to release my videos early in the morning, because that's when people are getting up and they're moving around and they just need an encouraging word. And I tell the Lord, thank you that I am that to some people, you know, just, you know, somebody that they can say, you know, man, that was a good word. That encouraged me. I needed to hear that. And so my thing of it is, you know, again, I love to jaw jack. I love to talk. So, you know, that's what I'm passionate about. Not necessarily talking, but I want to be able to say something of substance that help people get up and get over. Get out of bondage. Be able to make decisions. Ask the Lord for a pause button. Lord, I'm really slick with my mouth, and I'm just talking in general. This is for anybody. If you know you're a type of person that you love to shoot from the hip, and you got a slick mouth, and you got to be that person that's going to get somebody to... Sometimes you have to curb that and ask the Lord, you know what? Even though that's who I am, even though that's what I like to do, Lord, I need you to help me with my slick mouth, because it not only just... It's not so much of, you know, it may make me feel good to be able to get somebody told, but it's not productive. It's not. And it's not impactful for my life. It gets me in more trouble than it does good. And all I'm left is I told her, but it wasn't productive. You're still in the thicket and not being productive. You're not being successful. People don't want to deal with you. People don't... Look at all the missed opportunities you would have had you not been a type of person that know how to curb your attitude. There are some awesome people talking about, again, examining yourself, looking at your skill sets. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people. Let me tell you, I know a few people who are extremely talented. Oh my goodness, they can rat-a-tat-tat and pat-a-pat-pat, get stuff together, put stuff together. I mean, handle it. But guess what? They will never be able to work for anything big and grand, or they will never keep a job, or never keep any networking contacts, because people will say, you know what, she's awesome, but you know what, I can't deal with her. I can't deal with her. Or I can't deal with him. Oh my goodness. He would rather stand up there and argue with you over a pencil than looking at a situation, say, you know, is it worth me running my mouth and arguing over a pencil? And we could have been finished what we was doing a whole hour ago. Again, people who are not productive, they slow you down. Have talent, have skill set, but don't nobody want to fool with them. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Nobody wants to fool with you, because a project that should only take maybe a couple of hours to put together, put on, whatever the case may be. You pick a subject or situation. But when that person or those persons are involved, oh my God, it turns into a 8-hour or 2-day event. And really all of what took was an hour to brainstorm, everybody get their assignment to do that. But when it's always them type people that are involved, you don't even want to deal with them. You'd rather either pay more money to somebody else that maybe do it the same quality, might be a step down of quality, but it's acceptable. It's acceptable than to deal with a joker that you stressed up with. You can't talk to them. You can't say nothing. You can't, you know. So those are the type of things that whenever you're dealing with yourself, and you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, girl or man, you need to get it together. And I know some people, again, they won't look at themselves because they hate to see what looks back at them at the mirror. So instead of them dealing and confronting themselves, they'll pretend like it's everybody else's fault. Denial. And here's what's so awesome about something like that. I had to learn that. I had to learn that business wise. I'm gonna share something with y'all that my boss told me years ago. This was like almost 18 years ago. He said, you know what, Tanya, your passion is good. I love your passion and your zeal. But one thing you need to learn, he said, I'm telling you this just from a business standpoint. Your passion can be overbearing. And you'll have everybody running into the exit doors. And I will never forget that. That was some of the best advice anybody could have gave me, because I was so passionate about what I was doing, honey. And Jesus had to, you know, Father God, he had to snatch me up. Because when I first got saved, let me tell y'all something, honey. If you didn't go to church and you were at church, if you did anything outside of going to the church, honey, oh, honey, I was ready. I was there, fire and brimstone, to rebuke you. But because I was so passionate about Jesus and wanting everybody to do it the way I felt like they should do it. But God had to put me on Holy Ghost arrest and said, daughter, calm down. You scaring people from getting to know who I am. You're scaring people. You're scaring them. So he had to come to me and say, no, that ain't the way you're gonna win people to Christ. So he had to curb me. And same way with my boss, like I said 18 years ago. Tanya, your passion is beautiful. I love your passion. But you got to know how to balance that thing. God, that was some of the best advice he gave me. And I've always kept that with me. That, oh yeah, you may be right and all that in what you're saying and what you're doing on the job or any situation in life, but be careful not to go too far over in that passion. You're scaring off folks. You got people not wanting to deal with you. And when you hear that information like that, and I tell the Lord, thank you, because it has allowed me, and he told me, he said, you'll go far. You are very promotable. And I've had 2 promotions since then, because I've just had to learn along the way. You know, again, self-examination. All right, y'all, we're here. I done ran my mouth the whole time I drove. But anyway, let me go. Again, just be encouraged. Find that greatness in you and build on that. Build on you and not other people. You can be inspired. You can be an encouragement. But don't ever overlook the greatness in you. You can be great. Amen. Anyway, love you. God bless. And may the peace of the Lord be with you. Bye, y'all.